Okay, so when I do these videos about public speaking, I always talk about pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and actually getting up on stage being one of the most scary things you can do. But the flip side of that is you're presenting to somebody or a group of people, and that can be scary within itself. Pushing yourself to a point where you have to interact with a room or individuals can be really, really scary. So we're joined by Abs here.
Hello guys, how are you? It's a pleasure to be here, man. I'm not gonna lie, I am buzzing.
Thank you, Abs. And the reason I brought Abs is, as you'll see, he is a master of networking. I have never met anybody push themselves so far out of their comfort zone and demand almost to speak to certain people and to get them to follow you on Twitter, etc. It's great to see. So the first thing I'm going to do, Abs, is throw you under the bus again.
Oh.
So I want to know how you got to a point where you were interviewing Maya Jama in the middle of Manchester.
So I thought, you know what, saw people queuing up, I thought, oh, what's this queue for? Something's going on, must be. So I thought, me being me, be nosy, and I saw Maya Jama there. So I quickly Googled what she's doing here. So she was there to do the mass, her mass company. So I thought, all right, what does she like? She likes red wine. So I bought red wine quickly. And I said to her, if I give you this red wine, can I interview you, please? I'm an up-and-coming journalist and a presenter, and I'd love to interview you. And then she goes, yeah, straight away. And it's about taking opportunity. And I always say, never fear the word no. Always fear the word yes. Because every time you're going to hear no's in your life. But when you hear the word yes, you're like, bloody hell, it's actually happening. So don't fear the word no.
Fantastic. I didn't actually know the red wine part of that story.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you just sort of approached Maya Jama and with the confidence you have, you just spoke to her. Right, I didn't know you did the research behind that.
Quickly, like 2-minute research, quickly Google it, went to the shop, bought red wine and thought, you know what, ask her, can I interview you please, and I'll give you this red wine that she likes.
So, not even just that experience, but in terms of networking and trying to find that interest that they have, as opposed to just going up and asking them off the cuff. What do you think the benefit is in doing your research there?
I think doing your benefit is, after doing your research, that means you know what you're talking about, you know the person, and if they put you on the spot, well, what do you know about me? You got all the facts there. And I always say, sometimes, don't really do your research, just wing it. Like you said, just approach people and say, you know what, can you do this? Like, for example, Gary Neville, the founder, said, you've not followed me on LinkedIn yet. So I took his phone off him and I connected him myself. And it's about connecting with people and networking and putting your stuff out there. And just, I say, when I'm networking, I'm like a swan. You can't see me being nervous, like a swan's all pretty. But on the inside, I'm shaking, I'm sweating. But in reality, to them, it's like, I'm just being happy. And it's about just being on a par with them and being relatable. And just don't be afraid, like being confident.
Absolutely, I love that. Abs the networking swan. I'm going to title
this
video
that, yes.
Abs the networking
Where are you
swan.
sharing this on LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever it may be, but you will be the networking swan.
Yes,
okay?
the networking swan, I love that, Matt. But I always say that, don't be afraid of just approaching anybody, even messaging them on LinkedIn, Twitter, and I always say, you're not nagging, you're just doing yourself a figure by going out there and approaching that person, and they're there to help you. And I always say, like, you taught me one thing, the Z technique. Do you want to explain that one? That really helped me.
We've got a separate video on this, but the Z technique essentially is when you're addressing a room and sort of engaging people in, where, I'll say this really quickly, you'll start your presentation.
Sorry, I put you on the spot.
It's okay. By looking at the person at the top left, and as you speak, you'll gradually make a Z shape with your gaze, up and down, stopping at certain points, making eye contact, making sure everyone in the room is involved. Yeah, so that's one thing I taught you, but you've taught me a whole lot about
that. And I say that I always adapt to the person, so if the person's corporate and formal, I don't change myself, I never change myself, but I change the way I speak to connect with them.
Yeah.
For example, if it's a young person, I'm more like, yes, having a laugh with them. If it's someone in suit, you've got to be more professional, but still be relatable. And never ever like change who you are when you're networking, just be yourself, and that's the opportunities. Like, literally, many doors are open for you. Networking is transferable skills.
I love that as well. And just to go back, he wasn't joking. He actually did take people's phones and follow himself on Twitter. He really
follows
is.
me now on LinkedIn, connected with me. I message him sometimes, messages me back, and I was like, I can't believe it. So it's about networking. I just, you know what? Just take that phone off them sometimes.
Absolutely. But so for me, the top 3 things I've seen in Abs as well. So 1, be passionate about whatever you want to do, okay? So if you talk to somebody, the best way for them to invest in you is to show passion, love and energy. Number 2 as well, bring something to the table. You know, obviously I want to give you something, I want to help you, but you know, how can it work the other way around? Work collaboratively, make sure you're giving them something, you're adding value to them and they'll add value to you. But essentially, Abs, you've taught me a lot here, but I want one big mic drop moment from you, okay? So what would be your biggest piece of advice to people about networking?
The biggest piece of advice is just go with it, don't be scared and don't be like nervous. It's alright to be nervous, but just go there and it will open many doors for you. I'm telling you now, just go in, all guns blazing, but nice, and then you'll smash it. But seriously, all jokes aside, it's just about taking advantage of every single moment. There's open days here. I'm a student ambassador. I'm here to have an open day, but yes, still, I'm still networking with other people and grabbing the opportunity. So I would say, and always create a LinkedIn and follow them up, chase them up, and tweet. If you're at an event, tweet that person and tag that person what you learn. I've learned from Don McGregor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So thank you, Abs.
Not one piece, but more than one piece.
You said tweet. I was trying to work that into the networking swan, but it's not quite the same animal. But Abs and networking swan, be the swan, be Abs, and I guarantee you'll succeed in that.
Yes, guys, thank you, Matt. It's been a pleasure.
Cheers.